This is Dondi.
And this is Ben.
And this is Between Two Wheels. Happy New Year. So it's 2018. First show of 2018. We've been kind of slow to get another show, but we're here now.
It's cold.
It's cold in North Georgia. We had a couple of events. Our Fireball Fiasco and New Year's Day ride. And we'll show a little bit of them and a couple non-pro tips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check it out. Fireball Fiasco, how would you describe that?
Awesome.
Awesome.
The only time you can make people do things.
Yes. So it was a poker ride, which that's where you get to make people do stuff. You get points to get their poker hand to see who could win a GX Eagle group set. That was a hell of a prize. Thanks to Mulberry Gap.
Amanda's gonna get in the middle of it.
What's the best line?
Come here. Come here.
So you go all the way down. Okay, where Andrew is down there. Last one down gets the point.
Is it squeaky?
I don't know. It was, taking Fireball shots. If you're not familiar with Fireball, it is a cinnamon whiskey.
I was really hoping that they would find like Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, line up and cruise for 5.
Fireball shots, pickle juice shots, if you were non-alcohol.
Tabasco and soda.
Tabasco and soda. Yeah, that sounds nasty. And taking awkward pictures, doing skills. They had a couple little skinnies and log rides to do.
Please!
Get my point. Perfect. There you go.
Whaley. Too easy.
Oh! I still get the stamp.
Yes.
I mean, this is what mountain biking's about. It's about being, a
Being
kid.
dumb and having fun.
Yeah, being dumb in the woods, having fun. How do we make this longer?
I don't know.
New Year's Day ride. I woke up that day and it was 7 degrees. It was cold.
I was out the day before.
Yeah, so it's a good bit colder than it should be for the area. Got to the trail, getting ready. It was like 11 degrees. We started riding. It was like 13 degrees at the top. After the attrition of 13 down to 8 riders.
Run for the stick.
Okay, so what's everybody's opinion on how cold it is?
It's effing cold.
It's awesome. It's awesome. it's breathtaking. It's painful.
I can't feel my feet.
Yes.
I can't feel my feet. And now I'm like I don't have none.
So we started at 13 and we're down to 8. So.
Well, considering I don't have any ears or
15
fingers
degrees.
anymore, 'cause they all froze off.
Yeah, we started about 14, 15. Yeah.
What is it now?
15.
15 degrees. All right.
No breaks
In the
now?
sun, 15 degrees. Woo!
You don't have any fingers, right? That's a horrible idea. Yeah.
So that's pretty cold for here. A lot of people were not prepared, Ben included. And
I think I rode a mile out and back. Total. Out and back.
that's pretty bad.
It was nice.
Is it cold?
Cold.
Yeah. That's
And
pretty bad.
Race back to a warm shop for a cold beer.
Yeah, yeah. While we were still on the mountain. Yeah. So winter rides, it's all about layers, or lack of layers if you want to be cold. I guess everybody had a good time, even the ones that turned around, except for Larry. Larry had an unfortunate incident of punishing a rock with his nose, and it was broken and bent pretty good. He had for the sake of his wife, he went to the hospital and had him straighten it out. Yeah.
New beauty marks.
Yeah, he's a good-looking man. He needs to keep the face straight. The New Year's ride happens. How long have we been doing a New Year's ride?
I don't know. Forever.
It's 15 years, maybe a full 20 years. I've done so many, I forget when we started doing them. So it's the best way to start the year. Get on your bicycle and pedal and hang out with friends and just have a good time. So this is going to be something that you do for primarily winter, maybe spring, whatever your wet season is. It's our non-pro tip, because what's the hardest part of the bike to clean? It's going to be inside this brake arch and all the mud and stuff that gets jammed up inside here and up in the back underneath your seat. So I've got a quick little fix we can do with that. Got a bike stand that works really good. You just take your wheel off. You're going to need black tape, electrical tape, some scissors, and a piece of foam that you probably got in one of your Christmas gifts this year or birthday gifts. A lot of electronics come with foam like this. So what we're going to do is you have your brake arch. We're going to get some black electrical tape because it's blends in well with a black fork. And you're just going to stick it over here. I like to start across horizontally on the arch. And you don't want to pull it to where it stretches because you don't want it pulling back on you. Leave some overhang. It's going to cover the holes there. And more than likely you might want to use 2 pieces across the arch. And again, you want to just press it down good, but not, you don't want to push holes, the holes in, but just make sure that the tape is sticking. And just cut it. And as you get around these stanchions, just take your time. You're not going to, depending on the fork, you won't be able to get all the way down to the bottom. But anything you can do is going to be beneficial to keeping mud and sand and dirt and ice and snow out, so it's an easier cleanup basically. So just make sure it's stuck in there good, not gonna come off too easy. And just with your scissors, you just, trim around the edge. Doesn't need to be particularly right on the edge, but a smooth cut is going to work better because you can fold it in. It's just going to be a little bit nicer, a little cleaner. And again, this is meant to be kind of a disposable fix, so you can do it a couple times during the winter or more, depending on how bad the conditions are that you find yourself stuck in. And do the inside of the arch, same way. A little bit harder to get to. And boom, now you have a nice closed off fork arch that's not going to just collect a whole bunch of debris that you've got to literally get a toothbrush in there or whatever to clean out. And the next part is going to be this big giant hole here. Pretty much the same thing. Just come up the front of the fork, and you want to come up the back of the fork. And just cut it where you're not getting onto the frame, obviously. And this one you can usually do in probably 3 pieces. Just a real simple kind of trick to help keeping your bike a little bit cleaner, a little bit longer. Nothing's perfect. I have had this come off under extreme situations, but I'd say 90% of the time it stays real nice. So now you've got a fully closed off steer tube and a closed off brake arch. All right, the next place that's hard to clean is you get all the dirt and debris flies off your back wheels that's spinning. Comes up all up inside the seat, especially if they have your dropper on, you're even that much closer. This is not like 100% sealing process, but it makes cleanup a lot easier at the end of the day when you're trying to get your bike back rideable again. So a little piece of foam, white foam, black foam, doesn't matter. It's just happen to be what we have. So you want to think kind of the shape of the inside of the seat. I'm just going to kind of freehand it out here. And kind of hope for the best. You know, think kind of a football shape almost, but with a flat. Comes off the back of the seat here. And this seat, not particularly, but some seats will have like an extended bolt comes up from the head of the seat post. And my personal bike does, so I'll cut a little V in there to help make room for that bolt. Okay, so you have your piece, and you're going to slide it up under the seat over the head of the seat post. You want it to be somewhat firm, you know, secured in there. You don't want it to fly out. But that looks pretty good, and what that's going to do is just going to keep it cleaner than it would be without that, and it just makes cleanup, you know, that much easier. You don't have to like pull your seat off and like scrub it. Not that anybody does, but it's going to make it look a lot nicer for a lot longer. Non-pro tip.
Ready?
No, not after that.